Mute. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Let me turn the mic up. Make sure you can hear me here. All right. See if you can see me as well. Allow. Okay. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. You guys can hear me. See if you can see me as well. Allow. Okay. I think I like you there. All right, testing 1, 2, 3. Test. All right, I can turn this down. The audio is going to work fine. I just wanted to make sure that I was able to hear. So let's get busy, you guys. Today is Saturday. It's the third Saturday. It's the fourth Saturday, fifth Saturday. Sorry about that. We had 5 Saturdays in September, 10th month of the year. Okay, why am I hearing this twice? Give me 1 second, you guys. Need work. Uh, that's because on YouTube, and it should be okay. All the technical difficulties, everything's worked out now. So let's get at it, you guys. Your host, Cy Smith, coming to you on the last Saturday of the month. It's the fifth Saturday. Every fourth Saturday of the month, we focus on Zambia and Africa. That's the flag right behind me. I know you can't really see it, but it's back there. And Ivory Coast is where we're on tour at over here. The reason I always update you on that every Saturday is Youth Day is so that you would know the structure. And this video here, I want to talk about and pretty much share with you guys how I educate people about the new structure, this new system, and how we deal with our individual superstars out here. So, of course, I posted yesterday the global anti-black conspiracy, and then today I share with you guys the Illinois anti-black conspiracy is a member in good standing with the global anti-black conspiracy. And I had some people close to me share that they weren't comfortable because it seemed very race centered, and they just wasn't comfortable sharing it. And I understand. I understand. When you work in an environment where you can be perceived as being racist, then you got to protect your economic bottom line. So I respect that. God has put me in a position where I can speak when I'm able to speak about. And I do think that a good part of what we do is going to make life better for mankind, period. So I would be able to articulate that as well. But of course, we got to start with the most human suffering known to mankind outside of back in biblical days to our people. So let's get at it. The global anti-black conspiracy is about primarily Europe constantly devising plans to keep blacks on the bottom, exploit them, and make money off of them, etc. So I came up with the a three-letter acronym, and it's LLB, LLB, and this stands for land, location, and bodies. Land, location, and bodies. And the reason that I came up with that is because I looked at history. We know our bodies was used for slavery. We know that. We know our land is used for its, our location is used for its natural resources. And in this document, I listed 20 of the natural resources that primarily the world takes out of Africa at an unfair price that they don't pay. And then the last one is the land. And every continent has land, but what's beautiful about Africa is it's in a warm climate, and in warm climates you can grow things. In cold climates, certain things you can't grow. You can only grow during a certain season, and it might not be enough to feed a whole population of people. So we got land due to its weather, location due to the God-given resources there, then bodies, and those bodies go back to the free labor, consumerism. You literally have small counties all over America that has economies because of black bodies. And I'm going to read that in a minute. But I just wanted to talk about the people who are uncomfortable with that. I want to give you guys what I would say to people if they feel like this is too race centered and like there's something wrong with what we're sharing. So I'm gonna give you what I would read to them so that they'll feel a little bit more confident that what we're really doing is setting society up to do right by the people that's been done wrong for so long. All right, so I'm gonna read to you the Illinois prison. Sorry about that noise. We got some people out here with the loud music going. I'm gonna read to you guys the prison numbers here, and these prison numbers is gonna allow you to see where I'm coming from. Um, See where I'm coming from when I say our bodies are needed, and when you see these percentages of how many of our people are laboring in prisons that they shouldn't be in, you're gonna probably agree with me. So I'm gonna come back to this slide that we see here. So let me stop sharing for a minute. Let me stop sharing for a minute, and then I'm gonna put a new slide up to share. So I'm gonna come back to that in 1 minute. Okay. In the meantime, I just want you guys to know that the numbers that I present and when I post something like this is really centered around making sure that people can be inspired. I never post for us to feel dejected. I never post for us to feel hopeless because I wouldn't do the work I do, wouldn't sacrifice what I sacrifice if I wasn't ultra excited about where we're headed as a people. So please know that whatever you see me post is never to depress you. So please don't believe that. There's always a good message in it that you can take away from it so that you can feel encouraged and not discouraged. All right, so here we go. I got it. Let me bring it on up right now. All right, we're sharing it. Okay. I should see it pop up on my monitor here in 1 minute. I might have to zoom in so you guys can see it, and I will do that. Okay, so we go start at the top. This is the top, and I'm gonna read to you why I say it's a global conspiracy against blacks. And this here is the Illinois version of the global conspiracy against blacks. So here, I listed 17 prisons in Illinois, and these prisons are economic engines to places that shouldn't even have a prison. Who came up with the idea that the prison should be so far away from the city? Who came up with that? And the people who came up with that probably was looking out for their people. I'm just gonna guess they was looking out for their people. So we have Big Muddy River Prison, a town of 600 people. We got none of our zip codes in Chicago is that small, and we don't have 32, 37 million institution, biggest employer in our little neighborhood. So this town in Ena, Illinois, of 600 people has 1,900 inmates, 3 times as many inmates than the whole town has. The danger with that is those inmates get counted for the census. And the census is done every 10 years, and the money flows with the people in that zip code. So the whites in this town, all of these towns are white. They're going to get the black dollars for the census in their towns to build roads, bridges, and get census money that follows where the people are. It's so racist that you would count them in a prison that we're already paying for. Then they get the collective benefit of the tax dollars. Not to mention that these prisons are making money building hotels for the black mothers to come and stay at when they come to visit their black boys. They making money on the restaurants nearby, So it's boosting the economy. And then, of course, the locals that get to work in the prison and tell black people what to do, just like back in the day. Whites telling blacks what to do. And so it's consistent with what this history has been in this country. And I know, again, people aren't comfortable, but just look at these numbers. Centralia Prison, 1,300 people in the whole town, 1,500 inmates, not bad, but 60% of those inmates are black. Danville Prison, 82,000 people in the town, not bad, 1,800 in jail, but 58% is black. Dixon Prison, 15,000 people, 2,500 in jail, but half of them are black. Now, those aren't bad, but let's get down to some real bad numbers. Let's get to some really, really bad numbers. So let's go to, um, I got to point out this 90%. So we'll go to Jacksonville, number 8, Jacksonville Prison. 19,445 people in the whole town. All right. They got 1,005 inmates in that town. Not bad from that percentage, but out of those 1,005, 90% are black. These towns, none of these towns have a large black population. These are Chicago black men. These are Chicagoland area black men. Might be from Riverdale and Harvey, but these are Chicago area black men in white small town rural communities, helping them get money and economies. And you tell me that's not a conspiracy? How did so many black Chicagoland men get locked up? Something to think about. So that's the 90% one that stands out. But let's go to some of these other ones that are really, really bad. And I'm gonna focus your attention to Pinckney Prison. It's only 5,600 people in the whole town, and they got 2,500 inmates, and over half of them is black. Pontiac, 42% of them are black. Robertson, 60% of the people in their jail is black. This is like, we should be screaming like, what are we doing? How could this be? So here's one that's real bad. Vandalia, and I was there in Vandalia before. 7,000 people in the whole town. 1,653 of the inmates in there, total inmates. Over half of them are black. So I mean, 800 some are black. Vienna Prison only had 1,400 people in the whole town. They got 1,907 prisoners. I got to update that. Let's fix that right now while you guys are watching. They got 1,907 in terms of actual prisoners. So they got more prisoners than the whole town, and 63.1% of them are black. And then Western Illinois, 2,000 people in the whole town, but they got 2,027, 26 more people in their jail than in their whole town, and 59%, 0.5 are black. So when I say global conspiracy, anti-black conspiracy, and then this is the Illinois version, Illinois anti-black conspiracy. How can so many black men from Chicago be locked up? You have to answer that, because I don't know what to say to you. So I don't know other than somebody got together and talked about how this thing can play out. This is not organic. That many black men aren't roaming around hopeless. I just refuse to believe that. So I won't drink that Kool-Aid. So let's close this out and let's get to the other slide I wanted to go over, which is what we're going to do, where we're headed with this, because this is just not acceptable here. All right, so let's go to the screen. Go back to the screen I originally had up here. Okay. All right, so here's where we are. And this is all over America, but we're talking about Chicago. We are under attack from every angle, and we got black people, powerful black people responding. They're responding from all these angles. The challenge for us is we would spend a lifetime responding. And the real challenge for black people is that we're out of alignment and we're off schedule. You said it again, I'm gonna say it 3 times. We out of alignment and we're off schedule. We're out of alignment and we're off schedule. That is theoretically our biggest challenge. I get it, health, education, safety. I get all the problems, but we are primarily out of alignment and off schedule. Those are the 2 things. Let that sink in and stick. That's the, no matter what issue is, those are things that's consistent with keeping us destabilized and not able to maximize our potential right now so far. So at this document you're looking at, it says individual efforts. That's what we're doing. Individual efforts, small groups, neighborhood groups. It's people in their silo. That's what these cylinders represent, silos. And so in our neighborhood, what we don't have is coordination between the silos as effective as it could be. We do it, we got coalition, so we do it. Won't take that away from us, but it's nowhere near the way it could be simply with what we put together. So you got in our community business chambers of commerce, business people starting their business. They need customers. They banks want money. You name it. We got the business battle. We got the protesters out there speaking, truth to power, challenging people, going on doing press releases, news conferences. We got that. We got our military veterans. We got our retired police firefighters. They out doing what they do. All right. We got our parents. We got our teachers. We got our administrators, and of course, we got our students dealing with education. Then we got all these other ethnic groups in our neighborhoods doing construction work, landscaping, things of that nature. And unfortunately, we are told to get out or they don't trust you and you name it. Then, of course, we got racism. We see that every day, all the time. Number 7, we got food, the poisoning of our food. These big old multinational corporations tearing the forest in Black Brazil, doing things that harm us. And because it's food, we kind of look the other way. Then the last one is legal. We getting our butt kicks legally and politically, and those things go together. So those are the individual efforts that we see happening. We got strong Black people fighting on the multiple fronts. My question is this. My question is, when will these silos achieve the success that they're looking for? And the answer is probably never, because what they're doing is focused on individual activity. And you can spend a lifetime going around in circles. You can spend a lifetime being busy, but being effective and being efficient is a whole nother area. And so what we believe is that we had to educate our people so that way they can make more strategic decisions. Because our current posture is how you're sitting up, right? Your position is we're isolated because we're doing our own thing in the silos. We react, meaning something happened, then we go out and respond to it, and then we're defensive. So because we attack, we just got to ball up our fists and defend ourselves. Well, that's not a winning formula to be isolated, reactive, and defensive. We think that all of these 8 buckets, the business, protest, education, racism, have to be in formations. And this is the number one reason why I did this video, because I want to really talk about formations and why those formations is everything. And formations are alignments. Remember I said number one issue is we out of alignment and off schedule. So formations are alignments. It's getting people or getting something into alignment so that it can be effective. So in this case, formations gives us protection, gives us flexibility, and it gives us strength in doing things in a coordinated fashion. So the formation posture is that we'll be coordinated. All those 8 buckets, business, protest, legal, food, hunger, you name it. Now we're coordinated. So we know when to tap into each one of them to achieve the bottom line results. So that's the one. Proactive. The beauty is once we get our 1,000 people to do $1, we're going to move from being our posture being isolated, reactive, and defensive. We're going to move in coordination, proactive, and we're going to go on the offensive. And so here I'm going to explain a little bit of that to you so you'll know what it looks like when we get 100 people to do $10. When we get 100 people, when we get 10 people to do $100, and then of course when we get 1,000 people to do $1, all of that's the same. And I'm going to talk about that in the 4th formation. So let's get to this: protection, flexibility, and strength. So let me zoom in. I'm gonna go down and zoom in because this is what we're finna really concentrate on is formation. So I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you guys can really see this, so we can talk about it. All right, so all right, wait for the screen to come up on Zoom so you guys can follow me on Zoom with the same thing. Okay, so here we go. So the key, what I stated was when 1,000 people release $1 to headquarters, what immediately happens is we're going to go from being on the defense to offense. We're going to do that by having 3 people, our administration person, our communication person, and our outreach person, come together so that they can get each other's assignments, and then they're going to launch out and handle their business. One of the first things that our business person is going to do, our admin person is going to do, is they're going to focus on getting our businesses to get in formation. So what do we mean by the business formation? We got 39 industries: technology, business, science, apparel, nursing, restaurants, veterinarian. That's 39. So that's what that 39 means over to the right. Them 39 industries are going to line up into 4 different groups: the apparel, restaurants, DJs, entertainers, tailors, seamstress, and travel agents. They're going to be in that first the green circle there. They're going to be in that formation with each other to support each other, make sure each other don't fall. The second one is the red one here with a strange shape, and that's going to be made up of beauty supply stores, our corner stores, our car washes, our daycares. It's going to be made up of liquor stores. Those black businesses are going to be part of that wave, and that's 39 of them all together. So I just broke down a few. Then that cylinder, the blue cylinder there in the middle, it's made up of accountants, barbers, funeral home directors. Is made up of lounge owners. That's what the blue cylinder is. And then the final cylinder is made up of corner stores, not beauty supply stores, but corner stores, lawyers, all construction trades personnel. That's what the orange box represents: our salespersons, vendors, all of that. So when we got our 3 people working, them 3 people, one of them go focus on the business formations, getting those businesses to agree to get in formation based on the first Wednesday, second Wednesday, third Wednesday, fourth Wednesday agenda. That's 39-4-5K. Okay. Then our academic formation is going to be led by our telephone department or telecommunications department. What they're going to do is they're going to get into a 4-13-95 formation. That's 4 people that's going to manage K through third graders. That's one. Fourth through sixth graders. That's two. Seventh through eighth graders. That's three. And then high school is ninth through 12th graders. That's the 4 people. All right. Them 4 people are assigned to our 13 villages in Chicago. These 13 villages manages kindergarten through 12th graders. So these 4 people are going to know who they village mayors are that's managing these 13 kindergarten through 12th grade universities. Those mayors of those K through 13 villages, 13 of them, are all assigned 8 to 9 different villages throughout Black Chicago. So essentially, what's going to happen here is through 4 people, 13 people going to be activated. Them 13 people go get in touch with their 8 or 9 people, all on academic, win some money, scholarships for the kids. So that's the business formation. That's going on the offensive because now 13 blocks are going to go at the 95 blocks. 13 blocks are going to go after 95 blocks. 13 blocks are going to go after 95 blocks. So we got our businesses, they coming together, 39 industries getting in formation with each other. They're going to be making sure that they know why $5,000 matter. And then we got our academics, they're getting in formation so that they can go after these 95 other blocks. Then the block formation is going to be led by our outreach person. Now, what this is where your safety comes in at. This is where the rubber meets the road for you. And so on all of our blocks, 1,700 blocks in Chicago, the key is, does people know what the yellow, green, and blue means in their own block, in their own neighborhood? Chances are they don't. So this person, our outreach person, going to make sure our people know that yellow mean west side, green mean in the middle, and then blue mean east side in every village all over America, all over the world. That's what the mean. Yellow is west, blue is east, green is always in the middle. The formation number is 3-27-4-108. Now, what that is, that's yellow or west side regional leader, south side regional leader, and east side regional leader. That's yellow, green, and blue. They're going to get in touch with the 27 district leaders. There's district leaders for all 108 villages. They're going to get in touch with those 27. Them 27 got 4 mayors assigned to him or her. So that means that's the 108. And so from a block standpoint, all 108 villages are going to be engaged, and they're going to know when it's time for them to meet next. By engaging them, we can point out to them what the academic formation is doing with K through 12th grade, who's winning money. Then the businesses can talk about how the businesses are going to support each other. They get to name they 4, and the businesses are going to put money into the conventions, the awards, the tours, and the summits. Then the final one is the funding. I personally will manage this one. And what this one is, this is getting $100 people lined up, our $10 people lined up, our $1 people lined up. And of course, $12 is our anchor. So I don't need to bring that up. Everyone just know that the $12 is all about keeping us sustainable and growing. So the $100 people, $10 people, $1 people. Here's why this formation matters so much. In every zip code, we need to have 50 people who trust us with $100 in all 20 zip codes. That's $100,000. When we have literally 50 business owners or people in every zip code trusting us with $100, that's 5K. 5K times 20 zip codes is 100K. And the beauty with that is that's showing Black coordination, Black agreement. That's what comes out of that when we do that. And then the 10 represents $10, and that's 10 people putting up $10. That gets us to the 100. And the reason that matters is the $100 is scale that allows us to do things big right away. The $10 represents speed. So if we waiting for $100 person to come online, we can easily go to the Office of $10 affairs and get 10 people to do their $10, and now we're there while we wait on this $100 person to get comfortable. Then the $1, of course, the beauty of the $1 is as we got 10 people that's doing the $1, we assign them to the $10 person. So that gives us sustainability. So the 100 is scale, the $10 is speed, and the $1 is sustainability. That means on our block, we got something we can always count on, which is the dollar. That's our sustainability. Then we got the scale over here with the 100. That's my job. So we got business, academic, block, and funding. Business is going to be done by admin person. The academic is going to be done by the phone person. The block is going to be done by the outreach person. I'm personally going to do the funding because I got to talk to the people who's going to ask a lot of questions about what they'll be doing. All right, that's it. So let me sum this up as I wrap up here, because I just wanted to get this on film. I wanted to make sure that you guys could see it firsthand. Okay, still playing audio. I want to make sure you guys can see it firsthand and know what we're really doing. We're barking up the wrong tree. We going to the meeting at the meeting, and what we're not doing is getting the funding, which is the 1,000 people doing $1. So all these formations, these 4 formations can go into work, and you start seeing activity on your block all over Black Chicago. Peace. Okay, still playing audio. I want to make